A bank after a robbery. A cop is talking to a woman who has a blanket wrapped around her and holds a cup of coffee.
God, that was scary.
Are you okay, ma'am?
Oh, I'm fine, officer, really. It's my first bank robbery, that's all.
Well, it's quite an upsetting event, ma'am. I'm very sorry.
Oh, thank you for saying that. This coffee is not very good, by the way. Is there any way one of your guys could maybe just, pop next door and get me an espresso?
Uh, I don't think so, ma'am. We have a lot of witnesses to interview.
Of course, sorry. They just have a killer espresso. Their coffee is always meh.
Ma'am, I understand that one of the bank robbers held a gun to your head. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. His name was Eugene, and I can tell you something. He had on way too much cologne. I told him I was going to gag from the smell of his cologne, and he said he'd gag me himself if I didn't stop talking. I mean, you're robbing a bank. Do you have to be rude on top of it?
How did you find out his name was Eugene?
Well, I asked him. I said that pointing a gun at someone's head was a very intimate act. I mean, the gun, it's so phallic. And that the least he could do was tell me his name, and he told me. That was after he said he was going to gag me, so he did get a little nicer.
That's probably not his real name. You do realize that.
Well, of course I do. I'm the assistant manager of this bank. I've got a good head on my shoulders. Thank God he didn't blow it off.
Now, Miss...
Sabatini. Charlotte Sabatini.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
Well, thank you, Officer...
Moran. I'm James Moran. I'm heading up the investigation into the robbery.
Oh, a man in charge. I like that. The bank robber who put a gun to my head was like that too. Very masculine. He didn't have a German accent or anything, but he did remind me of that guy Hans Gruber in Die Hard. Did you see that movie?
I did see that movie.
It's such a happy ending. Bruce Willis and Bonnie Bedelia are stronger than ever, and the cop gets over his fear of shooting people. I mean, it's obviously not happy for the robbers, but...
Yeah, why don't we get back to the robbers? The robbers in this bank, not in Die Hard.
Whatever you need, Officer Moran.
Did you get a good look at the man who put a gun to your head?
Did I? Well, they did have on ski masks, so there is that, but to be perfectly honest, I couldn't take my eyes off of him. His eyes were, I don't know, my God, like cerulean blue, or I don't know, maybe more lapis, but very deep, very intense. I actually told him I thought he should have been a model.
Really? And what did he say?
He said he was going to gag me again.
I see. So he had a little bit of a sense of humor, this guy.
What? Well, I don't think that's funny. Me being gagged, you think that's funny?
No,
I'm trying to help you out here, and you're making jokes about me?
I apologize. I'm so sorry. Please, I didn't mean that. You've been through a trauma, and I'm just feeling a little desperate, I guess.
Wait. He was desperate, too. He said that. He had the gun at my back, and we were walking into the safe, and he said, well, he actually whispered it, which was,
A turn on?
Yeah. Look, I haven't had a date in 18 months, so please don't judge me.
Me neither.
Really? With your biceps? Wow. I would definitely swipe right for you.
You don't say.
I do say, I just said.
What did he whisper?
He said, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a desperate man.
Well, he's still a criminal, Miss Sabatini. He still needs to pay for his crime.
But he didn't hurt anybody.
He could have. He could have shot you.
But he didn't. I mean, what if he was robbing the bank because he needed the money for an operation for his wife or something? Or his boyfriend needed a sex change.
You're talking about Dog Day Afternoon now, right?
It's in my top 10.
It's in my top 3.
Really? Do you think you're almost done questioning me?
I think I am done. Why?
Well, because if you have a minute, I thought maybe we could both break our 18-month drought and, maybe grab one of those killer espressos next door.
You've been dying for that espresso the whole time we've been talking, haven't you?
I have. It's funny, you're using the word dying. And when you think about it, I could have actually died just now. I mean, thank you so much for saving my life.
I didn't actually save your life, though. The robbers left 15 minutes ago.
I know, but it sounds so good, doesn't it? I just may have to hold on to that. I have a little bit of OCD, so I'm a little obsessive. Is that okay?
It's fine. You can't be a good cop unless you're obsessive.
You're going to do everything you can to catch this guy, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I obviously can't be 100% sure, but I really do think it was for an operation for a loved one. Or he'll donate the money to open a community center in his mom's name for underprivileged youth.
That would be The Town with Ben Affleck.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Miss Sabatini. You know, Miss
Please
Sabatini?
call me Charlotte.
Charlotte. Well, Charlotte, you've actually been through quite a few robberies, you know. They've just all been on screen. But maybe they helped you keep your cool today. Who knows?
Wow, I never thought of that.
I'm a cop. It's our job to think of everything.
Oh my, that's very comforting.
Now, what do you say we go get that espresso? Blackout.